You just got a $10,000 raise. So let me ask you the obvious question. Why do you still feel like one flat tire, one medical bill, or one bad month would send your whole life into complete panic mode? You did what they told you to do. You got the job, you worked late, you got promoted, you increased your income. So why does your life still feel financially fragile? Because nobody warned you about the salary trap. And no, I'm not talking about being bad with money. I'm talking about a system so effective, so normalized, and so psychologically sneaky that it can make someone earning 6 figures feel just as trapped as someone earning a fraction of that. A higher salary can make you look richer while keeping you just as dependent. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how this trap works, and more importantly, how to break out of it. Here's what we're covering: how your brain turns every single raise into a new obligation, why income and wealth are not the same thing, and the 3-step escape that actually works. And real quick, if you've ever felt richer on paper than in your actual life, drop trapped in the comments right now. I want to see how many of us are in this together. If this is the kind of content that hits home for you, subscribe. We break down the psychology of money here in a way your Find Your class never did. Okay, let's get into it. Here's how the trap actually works, and this is the part nobody talks about. It doesn't hit you all at once. Nobody wakes up and decides to blow their raise on things they don't need. Instead, it comes in tiny, socially acceptable pieces. Meet Tom. He earns $85,000 a year, top 20% of earners. He should feel wealthy. He doesn't. After his last promotion, he moved to a slightly nicer apartment, just $350 more per month. Reasonable, right? Then upgraded his car for the longer commute, $420 a month. Started eating out more because he's earned it, $250 a month. A better gym, more subscriptions, a wardrobe for the new level. Each decision felt completely justified. Together, that's $1,200 in permanent new obligations every single month forever, just to stand still. Now Tom needs that salary just to maintain his current life. Take the job away, and his world starts collapsing within 30 days. That's not progress. That's dependency wearing a designer label. This is the fragmentation trick. The trap doesn't ask you to make one big mistake. It asks you to make 100 tiny emotionally justified decisions until your entire lifestyle requires constant financial oxygen just to survive. But here's where it gets psychologically darker, because it's not just habit. Your own brain is working against you. Every time your salary goes up, your brain treats it as permission. Permission to upgrade the apartment, finally get that car, eat at the nicer restaurant. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. Your brain rapidly normalizes every new pleasure, so what felt like a luxury in January becomes a baseline expectation by March. That new apartment? Amazing for 3 weeks. Then it's just where you live. The new car? You stop noticing it by April. So your brain starts hunting for the next hit, and the next, and the next. Here's the problem. Each upgrade creates a permanent obligation, but the emotional reward fades almost immediately. Income changes your lifestyle, but disciplined cash flow changes your freedom. Those are not the same thing, and confusing them is exactly what the system wants you to do. Now here's the part that truly locks the cage shut. And by the way, if you're recognizing yourself in any of this, drop trapped in the comments, because what comes next is the part nobody wants to admit. Maybe you hate your job. Maybe you know you're underpaid and undervalued, but you can't leave because your mortgage needs you, your car lease needs you, your lifestyle needs you. That's called golden handcuffs. Financial obligations so deeply embedded in your life that the cost of walking away feels impossible. And this is where it stops being uncomfortable and starts being genuinely dangerous. People who are financially calm negotiate differently. They can say no to bad opportunities. They can walk away from toxic environments. They can take the risk. But people buried in golden handcuffs, they tolerate nonsense. They accept the 3% raise when they deserve 20% because they can't afford to rock the boat. Your paycheck stops being freedom. It becomes a maintenance dose, just enough to keep your current life from falling apart. If you quit tomorrow, how many months could you survive? Be honest. If your answer is less than 3 months, you're in the trap, and you're not alone. The salary trap only keeps working because it feels like normal. But here's the thing. This trap is not a law of physics. It's a choice that was made for you, and it can be unmade. Here's how. Step 1. Attack the gap. Stop letting your lifestyle automatically expand every time your income does. The rule? For every raise, save at least 50% of it before touching a single upgrade. Delay the lifestyle expansion. protect the gap between what you earn and what you spend, because that gap is your freedom. Step 2, build your FU fund. I know, the name is intentional. 3 to 6 months of living expenses sitting in a high-yield savings account, untouched. Not just for emergencies, for options. With 3 months of runway, you negotiate differently, you perform differently, you live differently. Financial calm doesn't just feel good, it changes your actual behavior in every room you walk into. Step 3, buy assets, not applause. Every dollar you spend on lifestyle is a dollar that can never grow. Every dollar redirected into assets, index funds, skills, income-generating investments, becomes a dollar that works for you while you sleep. Ask yourself this every single time you're about to spend. Am I buying freedom or am I buying applause? That one question will permanently change how you think about money. Here's the truth they never put in the job offer. The salary trap works by making you confuse upgrades with progress, income with wealth, a prettier cage with freedom. Stop worshiping income. Start measuring freedom. Track your burn rate. Track your savings rate. Track how many months you could survive without a paycheck. That is your real financial score. The trap only works if you keep feeding it. If this video hit home, comment "I'm out" below and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, because we're just getting started. I'll see you in the next one.